already a little interview came out with Ray Tessie with Jonathan Lane over at Fan Film thing about some of the details about the move from Neutral Zone Studios from Kingsland, Georgia to Sandusky, Ohio, which, okay, these are not going to work for this situation. It'll be fine if I do a video with the radio helmet, but I got to go back to the head button. It's a little shrill. I really don't need these at this point because nobody's here, but this one gets plugged in. Okay, so if somebody helps them, so I need to hear them. But I mean, initially it sounds like a joke. They're moving to Sandusky, Ohio. Sandusky is one of those words. It's a good comedy word, but no, but he went into some of the details of it, of why, because originally he wasn't gonna, because he lives in Boca Raton, Florida. By that thing, Kingsland is like an hour away. Okay, so the original thought was probably like Orlando, Central Florida, type, a little easier day. But in light of the fact that they just had 2 hurricanes blow through there, especially the second one. That one just went bearing line right at Orlando. And Sandusky kept coming up. I was like, I'm not moving to Sandusky. What the hell are you doing? But because it was not close by, I couldn't keep an eye on things. But other offers even further, Los Angeles, no. Overseas, whatever. But eventually it got to be okay. Sandusky, Ohio. Well, let's see. It's in the Sandusky Mall. In fact, I'll draw some diagrams. But it's right on Lake Erie. There's plenty of stuff in Sandusky. There's an amusement park there. There's other amenities there. Because one of the drawbacks about Georgia, Kingsland, Georgia, it's a lovely town. Been there a few times, but it's like it's nothing. There's nothing much to do there, other than hit the sets. And then once you're done there, that's about an hour or so. And then what? Hang out at the Shoney's or what? But here we go. Let's see. Where are we at here? Let's see what we got. Okay, yeah. Here's the layout of the mall. This is overall right here. This is the whole thing. And right now, they're going to be taking over the spot. This was the old TJ Maxx, but they moved over here. So this one right now is being occupied by a Spirit Halloween store. We'll get that out of the way. Here we are. And something that isn't mentioned in the interview Ray did, but it had to have been a factor, right across the walkway here, Federation headquarters. That's the headquarters of the International Federation of Trekkers. I hadn't heard that name in years. So they're from the old days. They're kicking around. They got a little storefront there where they're recruiting and sell them knickknacks. But it's like literally across the street, across the walkway here. So and a lot of the stuff is already there. And there were problems with the building in Kingsland. That's partly why they had to move. Besides, just the fact that it's impossible to shoot in the summer. But there were holes in the roof, and when it rains in South Georgia, it rains. You still got that Gulf weather. And the one end was previously occupied by a egg roll manufacturer. I actually talked to one of the guys, briefly when we stopped by like a day or so before. Well, we did a recap sometime before there was a fan event, and what's the story? Is there? And these guys make egg rolls. Well, the thing is, they would power wash the floors, and some of the stuff would kind of go under the partition into the sets. It's like sometimes engineering would be kind of off limits because that was right up against where engineering was, and it would kind of go under, and so. And it wasn't just water; it's also just the refuse from making the egg rolls. So it's like, and thing is, it being South Georgia, rather humid, it doesn't necessarily evaporate very well. So Ray had to bring in people to get all. And they've been gone for about a year and a half, but it's like you still got to get the water out of here. It's like, so there was problems there. There was a water main break under the building, so there's no running water. They had to bypass things just to get running water for the bathrooms. No real air conditioning. You had fans and maybe a couple of units, but not for the building. So again, it made it impossible to shoot during the summer. because you got South Georgia. It's already hot outside. Then you're trying to do it inside a big metal box with hot studio lights. It's like, forget it. The best you could do is, held the fan events when nothing else is going on. We can come in and then get the hell out. You go outside to cool off, where it's already in the 90s. So yeah, there were problems, and and the owners like, I'm getting rid of this damn thing. You can fix it where I can, but then get rid of this damn thing, this eyesore. And it's been working around them while they get their sets out. He's been very nice. He could have given like 30 days out. No, he's been working around them, and then giving them time to find another place to move. And they have. And then the Sandusky team kept coming up, and it's in a mall, year-round heat and air conditioning. They got bathrooms in the facility, in the storefront. The storefront. It's an old, like I said, the old t-shirt, the big one of the big stores here. You can see on the screen. This is one of the big ones. This is not quite anchored, but close. So they got their own bathrooms. You got a volunteer work staff right across the hallway. Some of these guys will pay Ray to work there. But let's zoom in a little closer. This is, anyway, I figure how big is a Claire's, and a t-shirt, and that's how much room we got to play with here. And as far, well, can they fit those sets? Well, here's what I figured, overlaying the Stage 9 layout. This, I think, is pretty close. I would like to, get an actual dimensions of the store compared to the actual dimensions of the sound stage, and get a real but this is probably pretty damn close to what we're looking at. I think probably have to rearrange things a little bit, but I think nothing else will be able to finally get engineering where it should be on that corridor. Because as it is, the way it was on Georgia, they had put engineering way over here. And the bridge was a little, kind of, not far from that, that location, but like there wasn't room for engineering over here. So they'll be able to arrange it properly. And the thing is, it will no longer be coming in through this end. It'll be coming in through this end probably, if they do it this way. Yeah, I don't know how they're going to do it. They'll have to work that out. Right now, a lot of the stuff is already in Sandusky, probably in kind of off in the corner in the store, he said some kind of storage situation. I'm guessing probably in the thing itself, but the Spirit Halloween stuff is like they got the store and they'll move out after Halloween, and then they can start setting up. But that's what we're looking at there. So, and again, let's look up Sandusky. Like I said, it sounds like a joke. Okay, it's just, we're moving to Sandusky. Really? What do we do? What did we do to deserve Sandusky? But, let's look up Sandusky, Ohio. Let's go ahead and get that back over here so I can share my math. But we got, let's go and get to the wiki. Yeah, whatever. Okay. So let's see, it's a Wyandotte word. Back away. Let me get off my screen. All right. Temperatures, like, yeah, in the record high, but usually it's like 80s and 90s. So, yeah. But it's right on the mall, right on Lake Erie there. And let's see, we got tourism, Cedar Point Amusement Park, and various water parks around there. We got Cedar Point Shores and Castaway Bay there. We got some islands out there. I think I saw mention about Six Flags. So it's a rocking little town there. So they got stuff to do. Because one of the problems about Kingsland, Georgia, is it's a lovely little town, but it's like once you've seen the sets, okay, that's where I go. The Six Flags thing. Yeah. It's like 17 roller coasters in this place. Good grief. But it's like once you're done seeing the sets, it's like, what else are you gonna do? Go hang out at the Home Depot? And when Steph and I were there, we did some running around to try and find what else is out here. I actually thought about moving there. But, I mean, it'd be a nice place. You got a naval base nearby, St. Mary's, the submarine base, but that's not exactly open to the public. And it is a nice area, but there's not really a lot to do if you're a tourist type. So yeah, they love the Star Trek thing because they came to do something and they spend their money at the hotels and the local restaurants. But after that, it's like, But yeah, that's where it is. So they pretty much, had to, had to get out of there because it's like the building is probably not. If they can fix it up and sell it, great. Otherwise, it's like, no, tear it down, sell the lot, build a new one, or something. I don't know. Either way, they had to get out. And they worked out a deal where guy's going to help run it so he doesn't have to go. Because, again, he's in Boca Raton. Kingsland is not far from there. It's like maybe a couple hours driving slowly. It was 3 hours from Orlando, But it's like he's got guy, it's got all worked up, and the contract is such. He said that he will probably not see the end of the contract in his lifetime. Okay, they got a long-term contract because the mall. What I said, they're trying to. He said they're trying to make it more family friendly. Get stuff in there, musical events, because the mall has had problems apparently. They've been losing stores, so this is a big one for them. So yeah, we'll work out a real good deal. You're not going anywhere. But it's like, that's what we got. So, another, Star Trek item to add to the list in the Midwest. We got Riverside, Iowa, and then a couple of states over, you got, Sandusky, Ohio, home of the Star Trek Continue sets. It's the only drawback here to go through Illinois. Well, they're going to do that. Take a swing down the southern end and hit Metropolis, Illinois, and then swing back up. Make it a big old fan thing. And no, I'm not being sponsored by any of these places in between, although it'd be nice to think sponsorship opportunities are available on this channel. But I think on that one, I think the points were made. So we'll talk at you later.